Well, good evening. We are here to upgrade my site, stevedesmond.ca, to ASP.NET Core RTM. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Steve Desmond. As you could probably tell from my site, stevedesmond.ca. It's a pretty simple site. Let's actually dig into it right now. I'll share my screen so you can see a little bit of the code. So basically, we've got a couple controllers, pretty simple, straightforward. The main controller, home controller, if you will, does some custom routing based on CMS that I built. And so it basically just looks up some data from the database to find out which page should be running. And it gets that page from the database and displays it. And I guess technically that's not true. It gets the page from a cache. The site's small enough that I can store the entire database in memory. And I do this for performance reasons. If you've read my my post, Performance is Paramount, you kind of know the details of what's going on here. But it's your basic, simple MVC app, currently running on RC2. I'll hit run so you can see it up here. Got .NET running. Let's bring this over. There we go. So here's my site running on RC2. And the goal right now is to upgrade to RTM as fast as possible. I know it's been a couple weeks. I still haven't done it. But yeah, let me show you a little bit about the deployment process, which is also pretty simple. Get IIS open while we're at it. So we've got IIS, and that's doing a couple different things. So we've got the images here, which are being served by IIS, but the site itself is being run in Kestrel. You can see we've got two sites up here, one running on port 5001, one running on port 5002. And my most recent blog post, which is a couple months old, talks about this. This is how I do blue-green deployments. I've got the URL rewrite here from IIS doing a reverse proxy, and you can see that if it's not coming from images, if it's not Let's Encrypt updating the certificate, we go to port 5001, which is currently what's live. But what I can actually do, you can see this with Go Live, which is the tool that I talk about in that blog post. We're pointing at 5001. If I want to switch that to the other instance, I say Go Live 5002, and literally that quickly, if I go back to rules, this up again, you can see right away it's at 5002. So this is actually the switch that I'm going to make. I'm going to upgrade now that I'm on 5002, which is the green in the blue-green deployments. I'm going to upgrade the blue, which is 5001, to .NET Core RTM, and then switch it over once I confirm everything is all good. Let's keep that open for now. Back to Visual Studio. So I just closed it. The current state of things is this is still on RC2. I have the .NET Core SDK RTM version installed, but I haven't done anything with the project itself. So I'm coming over here to get my handy dandy Garmin Forerunner. And while I won't be using the GPS aspect of it, I will be using the stopwatch. That'll be our official timer, since I've committed myself to trying to do this in under 5 minutes. I'm going to just take 1 minute to set this up. Turn off the GPS since I'm clearly inside I can remember even where to do it. Otherwise, it's going to bug me. I don't even know. There we go. GPS off. So here we go. We got, well, you can't see it because of the HDR, but it says 0. See that now? Yeah. There's 0, and here we go. Share my screen again so you can actually see what's going on. Okay. First thing I'm going to do, I'm assuming, is get rid of all these RC2s. Make them nothing. Have our thingy happen. Is that it? That was it. Let's build. See if we got any compile errors. We do not. Okay. Well, this is going to be faster than I thought. So we're going to run our project without debugging. Once it starts up, I'm going to go over here to our test explorer, and we've got all the tests to make sure that it's working as expected. You can also see here, looks like it's running, at least the main page, as expected. You know what? I didn't actually change this. This one. There we go. Now we're going to .NET Core RTM. I was just upgrading ASP.NET and Unity framework. Also wondering about MailKit here once this finishes. Except it looks a little crashy. Yep. All right. Let's see if we can start this up again. See the screen sharing inception while we wait. Loading. Loading. I'm kind of taking my time because not a whole lot I can do while it's starting up. Let's go back. Let's load our www project. I'm already at 3 minutes. I don't think I'm going to hit 5 minutes. Thanks, NuGet. All right. Let's make sure. No, not manage, restore. Make sure that's all where it's supposed to be. Okay. And check out MailKit as well, see if this is finalized. No, there's still RC1 there. Okay. We'll do that. Build it. Looks good. Start it up. Wait for it to find all the tests. Run all the tests. Okay, we're good. So now I'm going to publish. Got blue here, that's where we're going. I need to change, that's good. Publish it, I need to actually stop the blue task. I've got this on an endless loop so that whenever I either need to upgrade or the process crashes or anything, it's just going to start right back up again. It's like Visual Studio is crashing again. It's not happy about something. And we're 10 seconds away from the 5-minute mark. All right. Let's do this again. We know that our tests pass. The code is good. All I had to change was the project JSON. Publishing to blue. It's actually building this time. Done. Okay, that's nice and fast. That down, it's going to start it up again. Looks good. Over here, we're going to go port 5001 now to make sure that everything's looking okay before we swap it over. Looks good to me. We're going to say go live 5001, and we're done. 626. Not bad. Just as proof, we've got stevedesmond.ca up and running. I don't know if there's actually any way to prove since I didn't change any of the code, maybe some of the headers. I don't see anything. Well, you'll just have to take my word for it. One thing actually that I would like to take a look at while we're here, so you saw this Go Live tool, open source on GitHub. If you want to take a look, github.com/stevedesmond-ca /live switcher is the name of it. I think it might be one of my starred or pinned repos. I don't remember where this is, probably in code. So load test toolbox is my other one. I was actually wondering what is the difference between RC2 and RTM. So I've got these tools here that help me with that. So we say something like drill. We'll do 5002. That's the one that's on RC2 right now. We'll give it, hit it 10 times a second for 5 seconds. I'll call it RC2. And so what you'll see here are the average response times that are coming back. So this is pretty fast, right? Obviously, I'm big on performance, so I'm going for that. But about 1 millisecond, 1.1, 1.2 per call. Check out RTM, see how that fares. Looks like it's, probably 10 to 15% faster. You can actually look at the charts here. So here, that spike's probably just for starting up. Looking up RTM as well, and we can compare them side by side even. Right? So it looks like they're both, really tight. Really similar patterns here. You know, it could even be, you know, garbage collection happening at the same time with these little bumps. Let's actually bump this up and, you know, 100 times a second. Maybe be able to see this sort of thing a little better. So, you know, now it's you know, the more that's going on, the better it fares, which is interesting. Maybe it's doing some caching behind the scenes. Yeah, we can still see, you know, it's pretty consistently 10-ish% faster. So if we go back and compare these, and you can see, yeah, there's a little more up and down. But yeah, pretty solid the whole way. So that was it. I mean, it was kind of less exciting than I was hoping it would be. But yeah, really not much to it, right? Update your project JSON. I didn't have anything, any of those APIs that changed. Our final time was 6 minutes and 26 seconds. Had I not had those crashes, I'm sure it would have been under 5 minutes. But yeah, thanks for joining. Today's Balmer Peak was brought to you by Southern Tier Creme Brulee. Have a good night.